Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thank you for stopping by, and if you like what you see, subscribe. So today I'm just going to be doing a what you really need for your first horse. I recently got my first horse, and watching all these videos, they never really helped me except Laura Elsie's Grace video, but I hope this video comes in handy for all those people who don't know really what they need, and this is what you really need. So, I'm not going in any order, but I'm just going to go quickly over the things I can't clearly bring with me. You obviously need a horse, but you need land for it, a stall or run shelter for it, and feed and hay. See what kind of feed and hay works best for your horse. I know my horse can't have the co-op hay because it's just, he reacts to it bad. He coughs, and I don't want him in pain. So we go with a local tack store we have in Tennessee. Yeah. I recommend a scoop. I recommend 1, 2, or 3 scoops. More, really the better, because you kind of lose these things quick. So I also recommend keeping up with them. And I also do not recommend buying any tack until you have the money. I recommend for you to buy the tack. After all, your parents are... If you're a kid, your parents are paying for the stabling, if you're stabling your horse, the feed, everything else. I bought my horse, and my parents are just paying for the farrier, the floater, the teeth floater, the dentist for the horse, hopefully vaccinations and all that. Now, if you're an anti-vax mom, sorry, but I would recommend getting some vaccinations like the 5-way and strangles. We haven't got ours, and we're going to talk to more people about them, but so far I recommend them. I'd also recommend having a hoof pick, but I also recommend having a poop scooper because they're very, very handy. I also recommend having a feed bucket. This is very dirty, so I'm trying my best not to get it everywhere. You don't want to feed your horses on the ground. I mean, you can put the bucket on the ground, but you don't want to pour their feed on the ground. Now, these are some medical things I always recommend having, because anything can go wrong. You want one thing of vet rat, or 2 at least. You may want some fly spray. It depends on where you really live and what season it is, but I still always recommend having fly spray even in the winter because there could be a warm day in the winter. So this is kind of like a thing you really need to have on hand throughout the whole year. I'd also recommend some wound dust or scarlet spray. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's by the same brand. It's by Furman. It's by the same brand, but this stuff works really well, and it really keeps flies out. I mean, it doesn't keep them away, but it kind of keeps them out. I'd also recommend some soothing gel, or you can just do tea tree oil if you feel more safe with it. This is I've used it twice on him and he's fine, but this is just a example. Tea tree oil works. Also a disinfectant thing. We just use half iodine, half water in a bottle. As you can see, it's halfway empty. Ew, there's like stuff on it. Now this does stain, so be careful. I like things, like scarlet spray because I know how long it lasts. And when it starts fading, I know the medicine is practically all gone. I'd also recommend some swat for cuts to put around cuts or around their eyes or around their nose. If you don't have a fly mask that has a nose cover, put this on just to be safe. I also recommend a fly mask no matter what, especially if it has UV and your horse has a white nose, or just for precaution for eye cancer, because horses can get eye cancer. They can get any cancer, from what I know. He tore it up, but this is just the Hamilton from TSC. It was $12. I'd also recommend having a botfly knife and asking them when they dewormed them. When his old owners dewormed your horse, we didn't. We just dewormed him like a few weeks ago because he had a lot of botfly eggs on him, and I just want to be precautious. So I still recommend getting one of these, even though you may have a great dewormer Our dewormer is so good it doesn't affect them, but they're still really ugly to see. So, and I just recommend having it in a drawer that doesn't get dust all on it. I'd also recommend having hoof conditioner for the obvious, you know, you want to get your farrier out really like 4 weeks after you get your horse mainly to make sure, it's good, or 6 weeks if you want to be precautious. But if their hoofs look like they need it, get a farrier out as soon as possible. I'd also recommend getting treats. Horses love treats. My horse loves carrots, apples. I haven't tried anything else. I know he's not a big fan of peppermint. He kind of like refuses them. He just doesn't like them. But he does like the Manor Pro training peppermint treats. I've never seen him act like that besides with his carrots. Apples are probably like, he doesn't like, he's okay. He likes more fresh things than normal, which is good. So I'd also recommend, to get a few brushes. These are the 3 hoof picks that I know of that you can get. You can get a flat one. We got this. You can get this for $1 at TSC. I got this for $1.25 at Dover. You don't need to spend $10 on a hoof pick. I also got this with my grooming tote I've had it forever. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know I have this. So these are the few brushes I would recommend getting first. So I'd recommend getting a mane and tail brush, a soft brush, and a hard brush, and curry combs. These are the 4 different curry combs I know of, right? The 5 different curry combs I have. I have just a gel curry comb. I have a massage curry comb. He's okay with it. It's not his favorite brush in the world. I know Laura Elsie Grace's horse loved it. I feel like he likes the soft brush the best. You can also get a mitt kind of curry comb. I actually, prefer this with my goats, or if you have a rescue horse, I'd recommend using that kind of curry comb just because you can really go over the, showing bones easily. You can also get this kind of curry comb and this kind of curry comb. Don't know if you can see it. This kind of curry comb is honestly the hardest to clean. I'd also recommend a face brush or a face curry, just because this is good to also get around the legs and all that. And again, a hoof pick. I'd also recommend putting napkins or wipes in your grooming tote. It's very handy. They get mud all in their mouth sometimes, and they rub it all on you, and it's disgusting. So I'd also recommend a hay net if you do hay, because this just makes them eating their hay a lot slower, and it lasts a lot longer. I know if I give him a tiny flake of hay, it takes him maybe an hour to eat it, and practically 3 hours. Sometimes it can take him 30 minutes to eat just a flake of hay, and it's not good to always throw your hay on the ground, especially if they live in a sandy environment. It also prevents the hay getting dusty. So another obvious thing I'd recommend is a halter. I don't recommend getting a nylon halter until you have your horse. I didn't get my nylon halter until maybe a week after owning him. No, 5 days maybe. But just because this fits a 13 to 16 hand horse, now he doesn't really fit this well, although he's a 15 hand horse. He has a really tiny mouth, nose area, so it's kind of small on him, but, I still like it, and it was $12, and it came with a lead rope. I've actually been really preferring this lead rope, my normal cotton lead rope. So yeah, that's really all you really need for your first horse. What you really need for your first horse, again, if you have the money, go ahead and get a saddle. If you've already gotten everything you need and all their appointments, go ahead. If you think you can do it, go ahead. I still recommend for you to buy it and not make your parents or pay your parents back. Say, I need a saddle, I don't have the money, I'm ready to get a saddle, he's ready, we need it, I'll pay you back. So I also recommend for your first saddle going 100 or lower. You can find really good saddles for $100 or $50. It's just when people sell them for $50, that's mainly because they need to get rid of it quick. Because the cheaper you go, you know, the cheaper it is. Like, my horse was $300 and he's a Tennessee Walker. Because they need to get rid of him. Because they didn't have the time for him anymore. So, that's what you need. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new, thank you for stopping by. Bye!